Few years ago, a case of a lady was reported to be missing her cerebellum, a unique region situated in the rear of the brain that controls coordination of muscle movements, balance, and posture of the body. According to some estimations, human cerebellum comprises half of the brain cells. So this isn't a solely damaged, but almost the entire framework is missing. Despite this, that woman has a regular life. She graduated from high school, got married, and have kids. Interesting, isn't it? So far, it is known that left hemisphere of the brain has the ability of mathematical and logical thinking, whereas the right hemisphere has the ability of feelings, visualization, imagination, intuitions, contributing to creative and holistic thinking. As these two hemispheres are connected with the tract of the nerve fibers, even if the two sides function differently, they cannot do so independent of each other. They work together and complement each other. Then how is it possible to lead a normal life with any part missing of an organ which has so much importance? Knowing that every corner of the brain is packed with data and each lobe has its own importance in controlling various organs and their activities, there are active cases where individuals are leading their life with just half part of their brain, either by birth or by surgical removal of their deceased part called hemispherectomy, as a measure to treat epileptic seizures and other neurological disorders which does not respond to medicines. And how does that happen? Exactly. Well, that happens because the body of a person with such condition adapt to changes by making certain neurological activities from the disconnected or missing half of their brain shifted to the other half. This property, known as neuroplasticity, can be explained as the ability of the brain to adapt to changes as a result of experience by growth and reorganization of the tissue, which makes surgeries like hemispherectomy a successful method to treat patients with epilepsy or any other neurological disorders. But these surgeries have to be performed at a very young age, since the brain cells can only take up new territories and functions till it's young. A similar case was reported of a 17-year-old Italian whose left brain hemisphere was removed at the age of 2.5 in order to remove a huge benign tumor. As a result of this surgery, he suffered a loss of native language and struggled for many years to recover. In later years, with the help of rehab, his language fluency improved remarkably. The study has shown that his right brain hemisphere alone by itself cannot provide perfect mastery over the linguistic skills, but his right hemisphere can provide a number of them by almost replicating the left hemisphere like a blueprint. This type of case studies, although are specific to some individual, yet provides a classic example of brain's immense capacity to adapt to changes, to a damage and illness at a very young age. And all this makes sense as to why a scientist finds a 3-pound organ encased in a skull away from all the limelight so difficult and interesting at the same time to comprehend. We see that solving brain mysteries seems to be as complex as finding a needle in the sea. To know more about half-brain, follow up our article by the link given in the description. We'll be back with another interesting video. Up to then, stay happy and healthy.